Learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere. If your mind is strong, all difficult things will become easy. If your mind is weak, all easy things will become difficult. It's better to be without a book than to believe a book entirely. If you plan for 1 year, plant rice. If you plan for 10 years, plant trees. If you plan for 100 years, educate mankind. He who returns from a journey is not the same as he who left. If you don't do stupid things, you won't end up in tragedy. It's better to walk thousands of miles than to read thousands of books. In hardship, we see true friendship. Learning without thought is deceptive. Thought without learning is perilous. Listening well is as powerful as talking well, and is also as essential to true conversation. Love isn't about having, it's about enjoying what you have. Man cannot be judged by looks. Seas cannot be measured by cup. Make happy those who are near, and those who are far will come. Married couples tell each other 1,000 things without speech. No matter how tall the mountain is, it cannot block the sun. One beam, no matter how big, cannot support an entire house on its own. One who stands straight doesn't fear a crooked shadow. He who sacrifices his conscience to ambition burns a picture to obtain the ashes. Learning is a weightless treasure you can always carry easily. Live till you are old, and study till you are old. Man's schemes are inferior to those made by heaven. Numerous friends means no deep friendship. Men trip not on mountains, they trip on molehills. True knowledge is when one knows the limitations of one's knowledge. Two good talkers are not worth one good listener. To understand your parents' love, you must raise children yourself. Timely return of a loan makes it easier to borrow a second time. We count our miseries carefully and accept our blessings without much thought. With love, water is enough. Without love, food doesn't satisfy. To know another is not to know the person's face, but to know the person's heart. To be totally at leisure for one day is to be immortal for one day. Those who just want speed don't succeed. Think about your own faults during the first half of the night, and the faults of others during the second half. The people who talk the best are not the only ones who can tell you the most interesting things. The more you sweat in practice, the less you bleed in battle. The person attempting to travel two roads at once will get nowhere. There are two kinds of perfect people: those who are dead and those who have not been born yet. The person who is his own master cannot tolerate another boss. Pearls don't lie on the seashore. If you want one, you must dive for it. Patience is a bitter plant, but its fruit is sweet. Ripe fruit falls by itself, but it doesn't fall in your mouth. Often, one finds one's destiny just where one hides to avoid it. Tension is who you think you should be. Relaxation is who you are. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Radishes and greens each have those who love them. Small as it is, the sparrow has all the vital organs. Water flows in only to flow out. You can't get fat with one mouthful. Even a hare will bite when it is cornered. Every step makes a footprint. Even an upright official finds it hard to settle a family quarrel. With truth on your side, you can go anywhere. Without truth, you can't take a tiny step. It is often the small steps, not the giant leaps, that bring about the most lasting change. You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. Attitude is the little thing that makes a big difference. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Once you face your fear, nothing is ever as hard as you think. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, "I'm possible." You can, you should, and if you're brave enough to start, you will. Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Just say yes, and you'll figure it out afterwards. The bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot.